The Sycamore Gap Tree lives on. Woo! Medium latte, extra hot. Episode 112. Good morning, people. Welcome to another day here on planet Earth. I am your merry gardener. I'm at your service, and we're going to dive into this story. News just in. Sycamore Gap Tree cuttings show signs of life. That's exciting, and it's very early considering we're not even in spring yet. Okay, National Trust specialists are confident they can propagate new plants after felling of the landmark at Hayden's Wall. So, the Sycamore Gap Tree could live on after the National Trust reported signs of life from cuttings. Rare plant specialists have been working to propagate material taken from the site after the tree was cut down in an act of vandalism in late September. Despite it being the wrong time of year for plants to grow from seeds and cuttings, the National Trust said it was seeing early positive signs. Andy Jasper, Director of Gardens and Parklands at the National Trust, said after discovering the felled tree, our teams were quick on the scene to collect material that would enable us to propagate from the tree. Oops, I just pressed the wrong thing there. Fat hands, fat fingers. Over the next year, we'll be doing all we can to nurture the seeds and cuttings in the hope that some will grow into strong, sturdy saplings, providing a new future for the much-loved tree. Let nature do its thing. The team is hopeful that a third of the mature seeds and half of the cuttings will be viable, enabling them to grow new descendants from the tree. Very exciting. The new trees are expected to be planted around Northumberland, but not at the Sycamore Gap because the site is protected and the terrain too difficult to allow them to grow. But they want the actual tree to grow, and they're potentially going to put like a replica there. Be interesting. The National Trust also hopes for new growth from the trunk. That's what I just said. The Sycamore Gap will not allow for at least 3 years whether it be possible, but we'll not know for at least 3 years will be possible. Why 3 years? I thought you'd probably know. Would that not? Would you telling me that's not going to grow next year, like a little sap? Who knows? Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know enough about these old trees. Mr. Japper said, as with many things, landscape restoration, we need to be patient and take time to let nature do its thing, of course. The fate of the majority of the trunk is still under discussion, with options including a memorial bench or sculpture telling the history of the site. The final decision on the future of the site will be made following a public consultation. Intriguing. That's the tree. That is the tree. Look how beautiful it is in that gap. No clear explanation for the felling of the tree has emerged since it was cut down overnight on September the 28th. A man in his 60s, 2 men in their 30s have been arrested on suspicion of criminal damage. There was a 16-year-old, but he's now been cleared of that, I think. They've been released on bail according to Northumberland Police. The National Trust said it had been an unprecedented public response to the felling and was now working to develop a fitting tribute to ensure the legacy of the Sycamore Gap Tree. To ensure the legacy of the Sycamore Gap Tree lives on. Encourage those moved by the story of the tree to consider donating to its Plant and Tree Fund. Andrew Pode, General Manager of the site, said we're incredibly grateful for many commemorative ideas we've received since the tree was felled. The creativity and thought behind some of these ideas has been inspiring and is an indication of just how important the tree was for so many peeps. That was the end of the story. We're going to press stop on that. Wow. That's interesting. It's cool that I'm shocked that it's actually. Well, I'm not, because to be honest, I'm seeing little daffodil growth, which is quite early for this time of year. You'd think that they tend to pop up in spring. I guess the climate's not as cold as it normally is, although we have had a few frosty days. It has passed, and I've now for multiple days I've got up and there has been no frost on my windscreen, which is quite handy because it means you can just get on with your day. You don't have to sit there. I don't know how you guys do with the frost. Do you scrape it off, or do you sit in your van and just put the heat on? I just put the heat on, to be honest. I used to scrape it off, but I'm just like, unless I'm in a hurry. If I'm in a super mad hurry, I'll do it. But generally, I'll just, because the van needs warming up anyway. So I warm it up, and then by the time I've warmed it up, it melts it, helps melt it, and yeah. Okay, guys, have a wonderful day. I am going to be working today. The rain, I think there's a tiny bit of rain today, but my waterproofs are soaked through. They were in the back of the van and they're just wet and damp, so I'm going to try and blast the heaters as I'm driving, and hopefully they will dry out for when the rain comes a little bit later on. Anyway, like, subscribe, smash notification bell, support my channel, buy me a cheeky coffee to support my coffee addiction. Clearly needs some help. See you later, guys. Bye.